What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with my all new review of the Belle Collective. We are back with Gucci Shantae Sophia pleading her case to Sanjay about how she was not in the wrong about what happened at Latrice's event. Okay? Sanjay is not falling for it. She is not giving away no fucks to Gucci pleading her case. Okay? She's giving her the same energy that Gucci always gives her mom. I don't see her. I don't know her. Please don't talk to me. Because it's bullshit to me. They've already had a conversation about how Gucci has been disrespectful to Selena, and she still continues to be disrespectful. And she does not want to take accountability that, first of all, Gucci, you was already on 10 when you walked into that event because it was Latrice. You already felt the way about Latrice because this damn realtor. And now seeing Selena, it heightened your energy. And you also wanted to make an issue with Selena about how she did not speak to you at the baby shower when she did. And you keep saying you were trying to be respectful, you was trying to walk away. You walked away after calling her an extra. And when she told you what time it was, you walked back, took off your purse, took off your glasses, pushed Letitia out the way, and said, show me, bitch, show me. So you're not a victim, Gucci. You are part of the problem, like Latrice said. You can miss me with that. Marie trying to come in, give Gucci a leg up by she wasn't in the wrong because maybe she thought it was a shady moment, and since Selena was a part of a show that has shady moments, this wasn't no different. No, Marie, no. Gucci meant to call her an extra because Gucci is feeling the way that Selena can come in with history of all the girls of the Belle Collective, and she don't like that. Gucci is feeling a way that she has to make her way be noticeable on the show. She has to work with these girls. She has to come out and show herself. Selena, we know who Selena is. And that's the problem. Gucci is feeling intimidated and a bit of jealousy that Selena don't have to try for the girls to like her because she knows the girls. Gucci has to try. It's some bullshit to me. It really is. And with you knowing that you weren't going to speak to Selena, you should have avoided speaking to Tambra until Tambra was by herself. Like Sanjay said, y'all been in multiple events where you guys didn't have to speak to each other. So if you knew you weren't going to say anything, why would you walk up to her? That's what I said in my last review. Gucci, if you really wanted to talk to Tambra that bad, you should have waited until Tambra was by herself because you knew you weren't going to speak to Selena when she was right there next to Tambra, which was fucking petty and childish of you to avoid saying anything to Selena when she's right there next to Tambra. That's fucking stupid. Now she admits she got a smart ass mouth, but she still does not think that she was in the wrong. That she egged on the altercation with Selena. I'm like, girl, please, 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 please. And I get annoyed that Gucci always tries to open up with, if Selena isn't going to be a better example for her daughter, then it's what I have to do. It's like, are you in a competition with Selena about how to be a better mom? Because you failing too, Gucci. You admitted in your interview with Carlos that you did ignore your daughter. You did. You ignored your daughter to make yourself available for JJ and his girls because his girls was on a popular reality show. And you want to show up, be there for the girls, so he can notice you, that you will be there for them. Because it's the narrative that Selena was not an active parent and you came in and was with the girls when they were younger, but that's not true. Selena said in her interview with Carlos, she was active in those girls' lives. She did explain why the girls live with JJ. That narrative that you and JJ wants to constantly say that she was an absentee mom is some bullshit. So Gucci, you not showing up to be a better mother than Selena is. And I feel like there is no competition on how to be a better mom. I already said it more than once, Gucci. You ignored your daughter for a man. You admitted it too. So the fact that you always want to say, if she won't show her mom that she's apologizing for her actions, then I have to. I can't stand when you say that, Gucci, because that's not true. So Sanjay probably told her mom that she was wrong, but also she told you, even if it's not right to put your hands on somebody, but when you are always getting disrespected, it's going to be a time where it be like, fuck that shit. It's over. I'm tired of you coming at me sideways. I'm tired of you talking shit. It's up and it's stuck. Let's go. Like, you can miss me with that. You're not a victim. You're not. Okay? And she started becoming delusional by saying, you shouldn't be disrespectful because you already got a man, you got this, you got that. Sanjay said that ain't got nothing to do with that. Her having a man, her having a life ain't got nothing to do with the way you guys have been acting towards each other. That is from JJ. She was speaking for JJ in that moment because Gucci has been convinced by JJ that Selena is acting this way is because she wishes she was back with JJ, which is a fucking lie. That's not true. Ever since JJ and Gucci has been on the show, we've seen him in the confessional talking about Selena more than once, okay? In last episode, he kept on saying that Selena wasn't there. Selena misses out on what she could have had, which is a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry, okay? So we supposed to be your stepchildren. We supposed to be coming together as a family, but how can we get the learning lesson how to coexist with one another if you guys can't? It doesn't matter if she got a man or not. You guys are grown adults. You guys should know how to behave yourselves when you guys are around each other. All right? And I just don't like the fact that Gucci is making it as if Selena has the problem. When that's not the case, Gucci. That's so not the case. You can miss me with that. Maria's hopeful they can probably get back to the same place, but I doubt it. I think it's the last straw. Because it's been more than once that Gucci's been disrespectful towards Selena, and the girls have had it. Okay, they have had it up to here with Gucci. Okay, and I believe that the disrespect about their mom happened when Gucci came on the show. So then they talk about the grandbaby. You know, Star had a boy, and Gucci wanted to make it about her that she hasn't seen the baby yet. And I'm like, I don't care. It's not about you. Sanjay's face was like, girl, you probably won't ever see him because you got into it with my mama. And since you have not owned up to your part, you probably gonna ever see your grandchild. And I ain't mad at it. It's pretty much like until you get right with my mother, until you apologize for the shit you said about my mom, you're not gonna see my son. You're not Sanjay, you're not gonna see my nephew. You ain't gonna see him, no way. And I ain't mad at it at all. Cause I'm like, Gucci is not about you. It's about Star, and it's about how you're not taking ownership and accountability to the part that you played. I'm gonna move on. Tambra. Tambra is at her radio station. Her job is top priority right now. Her and Demond are not in the same page. She is not used to living with somebody. But it hasn't gotten addressed of is she still looking for a new place? And since her energy is not in her relationship, she is putting it all in her work. What does that mean? Are you and Demond still together? Are you and Demond taking a break? What does that mean? Because you've been talking about wanting space ever since you moved in with him, which means, Tambra, you're not ready to live with somebody. You enjoy being by yourself. You enjoy moving how you want to move. But until somebody shows up and gives you what you want, then you will compromise. You won't compromise on what they want from you. You won't. She's talking to her station manager, Kwasi, I believe his name, and he really wants her to get the ball rolling on this podcast. I mean, she already is a radio personality for Jackson, Mississippi. But if she was to have her own podcast, that can put her onto another level. So that way she could talk more freely about certain topics. And her and Kwasi have worked together for quite some time. Okay, they grew their radio station. They were on the air at the same time. She looks at him like a big brother. But when they showed those pictures of her and Kwasi in a picture, I guess, of the radio station picture or something, I don't know. I didn't get big brother. I gave secret lover. That's what I got. But maybe that's what she needs. I think Tambra needs somebody who understands her work field, who understands her work hours, work type, and maybe it wouldn't be such a hard thing for her to compromise on meeting another person halfway, of spending time with one another, of making quality time. If you work with someone who understands how you work. Because then she talks about the comment that Demond made about how she's not doing nothing all day but sitting in a chair. Because I don't know what type of work Demond does. But if he does hard labor, he could feel like I'm working with my hands and I'm on my feet all day and you're sitting in a chair. So you don't know how hard I work versus how hard you work. But I think I corrected him in my review by saying, hold up, Demond. Being a radio personality is a lot of work. It's just like being a content creator, especially when you're doing reviews on topics, shows. It takes a lot. You have to edit. You have to get the graphics. You have to get all the notes together for what you're about to talk about. And it is long, strenuous work. It really is. It's like a long day's work. So he corrected himself, of course, but it still made her feel a way that I thought he understood me. I thought he understood my job. But if he doesn't really understand my job, then we have a problem. Because right now, she's not surprised that they have not gotten engaged. She is not moving forward with having children with him. But she wants to know, is this the man that I want to spend the rest of my life with? Again, what does that mean? You've been with this man on and off for over 20 years. I thought he was the one. I thought you could see him as the father. What now? I don't know if Tambra is looking for problems, looking for issues that are not big issues to further her reason to not be with him. She's looking for a way out, and she's trying to find a good enough reason for it instead of just saying, I don't want to be in a relationship with you because you're not giving me what I want, and I'm not going to compromise on what I want. So then her manager ends up asking her about her embryos because she wants children. But she's made progress about her embryos. But as far as like her moving forward, she hasn't done that because all of her energy is going to work. He wants to know if you're going to plan on carving some time to start trying to have a baby. Let me know now so I can know when this podcast can start, when it can stop, when it could be a pause. I mean, her eggs are still frozen. She made progress, but I don't know what that means. And right now, since she's putting all of her energy into her podcast, the eggs are going to stay frozen. She doesn't believe that she'll donate them. She says she will use them, but I'm just like, when, Tambra? Aren't you in your 40s? How old do you plan to be when you want to say, I now want to have kids? Because time waits for no man. Either you want to have kids or you don't want to have kids. Because if you're putting all of your focus into your work, into the podcast, then you're not trying to have this happen. You're not even trying to put your energy into fixing your relationship with your man that you said you did want to be with. But at the same time, you want the whole picture, the whole package. You wanted to be married. You wanted to be solidified in a home and then have children. But if you can't get the man, then you can still move forward with the baby. You don't have to be in a relationship to have children. It can work, but the way you move, the way you don't stop for what you're trying to do, I don't see you putting that time in to have a kid because you don't want children. You don't. Unless you're willing to adopt a child where it doesn't require a lot of work, then maybe that's where your speed is. Because the way you are all about work, I don't see you putting that aside for a kid. You don't even put that aside for a relationship, but that's just me. I'm going to move on. Marie goes to therapy. She introduces herself as Marie Hamilton Ashton. She's divorced. She grew up in a loving household. Her parents displayed loving affection towards one another, but the problem started when her mom decided to smoke marijuana. Then the addiction led to smoking marijuana laced with cocaine. So one morning, she wakes up, gets dressed for school. Her mom wasn't there to comb her hair. So her dad was there and is wondering, where is mom? The dad lied to her and said mom worked late and she ended up stopping by her mom's house. There have been multiple times where that story has been told when her mother was gone. But the dad couldn't keep up with the lie anymore. He had to tell her the truth. And since her mother's appearance started to change, she looked very well malnourished. She looked frail. Her face, everything started to change drastically because of her addiction. She also remembers one night her mom came by the house. Marie was begging her mom to stay, don't leave. She ends up leaving her mom and her dad. Her dad and her. Her father remarried, but still wanted to help her mom fight this addiction. Her father did not teach her how to be a lady. Her grandmother stepped in, taught her what to do, how to do. At the age of 9 and 10, Marie dealt with a lot from her mother's addiction. Drug dealers coming by looking for her. Drug dealers breaking her mother's arm, cracking her head open, stuffing her inside of a trunk. A lot of horrific things that her mother went through because of her addiction. And a lot of horrific things that a daughter had to see her mother go through. Grew into what her mother was dealing with. She got into middle school, wanted to focus on her schoolwork. Marie said for some reason, she got bullied. The kids would laugh at her. The kids would throw spitballs at her. Now, she was also dealing with drug dealers coming after her mother. Now she had to deal with bullies. She developed a zero tolerance of anybody picking on her because since she couldn't control drug dealers coming at her mom, she's not going to allow bullies to come at her. And her father gave her a model that she uses every day. Hit them before they have a chance to hit you. And that resonated in her mind all the way into adulthood. Hence why Marie always tends to go the hurtful route before she listens, before, like, she reacts before she listens. That's the word I was looking for. And as far as her in friendships, she values it. She values friendship, she values trust and loyalty. And when she had her first child, her mindset changed. She vowed to be the best mother that she can be. But the way that Marie has used her way of trying to be there, it had gotten to a point where she was being taken advantage of. So while can't handle when somebody crosses her, she can't handle with people getting close to her and ended up betraying her. It's a controlling aspect that the therapist called. You couldn't control your mother being on drugs. You couldn't stop her. Since you were a baby, you couldn't control that. Now you being an adult, you want to control everything around you. You want to control how things should go. You want to control how your kids' lives should be. You want to do all of that. Now, she says she wants lupus. All of what she's been trying to achieve for herself, having lupus has been a challenge. I also felt that Marie wants to be recognized, that she is doing everything for everybody, but the more that she does for everybody, the more she doesn't realize by the time that she needs help, they won't be there to help her. I'm pretty sure you told everybody, you got it, you can handle it, it's all cool, don't worry about me. But when you've had your flare-ups, who was there for you besides Essie? Nobody else was there for you because you probably made it seem as if you didn't need the help, but you also wanted to be recognized that you can help other people. That's the martyr mentality. So then the therapist told her the bank of Marie needs to be closed. You are supporting everybody, but are they supporting you? And I felt as though when we saw the way that Marie allowed for her son to roll over on her because he knows that Marie will do everything and anything for him, like how you have decided to take on his children while he went to college and you wanted him to go to a 4-year college far away from his responsibilities as a parent. You allow for him to just roll up over you and do what he wants to do without the responsibilities of being a damn dad because you wanted to take that away from him. You wanted to come in and make him live a carefree life when he didn't need to. He needed to understand the responsibilities that he created for himself. But you wanted to take over that, which made it harder on you because you still had other kids and you're taking on responsibilities of 3 grandchildren that your son was not responsible for having them. That part for me. And you know, you need to recognize on the things that you're being taken advantage of. Now, I understood what Marie was talking about, but and also part of me is kind of like Marie is so busy trying to not be hurt. She looks for ways to hurt other people. Just like how she did Latrice. And just like towards the end of this episode, she did that to Tambra. Moving on. Letitia. Letitia meets up with Soguchi to discuss some health options because of her PCOS, which is a hormonal imbalance. Letitia said it's very rare for African American women, but it's not rare at all. It's very common. Gucci gave her a green smoothie that has celery, kale, something else, spinach, and she was like, "They ain't got nothing sweeter. They ain't got nothing with some sugar in it. No, because you need to detox your body because she's dealing with bloating that it will just sit at her on days where she don't have an appetite." Because apparently she's looking for a health option before she gets her tummy tuck. 9 times out of 10, she's gonna get that tummy tuck. Either way. Then they talk about the fight between Gucci and Selena. And Gucci still does not want to take accountability. Because then she felt as though the realtor thing and Selena was like a double whammy. A stab in the back from this, and now a stab in the back of me fighting Selena. I am tired of saying this. I am tired of repeating myself. Okay, Gucci. Latrice should have informed you that she was going to another realtor. She should have communicated with you, but she didn't. Get over it. Is this still you saying you're mad, that you're going to stay mad after you've gotten the conversation? I need for you to look inside yourself and admit, when you got the invite, you did not want to go. But since you wanted to be the bigger person, like you keep saying, you still was not in a good headspace to go. Okay? Now that you were not over the realtor thing, seeing Selena there, it added more fuel. It added more of a reason to make Latrice the scapegoat. Gucci, you are deflecting. Okay? Because now, since you don't want to admit that you made a mess at Latrice's event by arguing and having a fight with Selena, you now want to say Latrice is bringing this upon herself to disguise what she has going on in her marriage. She's trying to cover up insecurities of what she has going on. So that's why she set this whole thing up with me and Selena to go at it. Are you kidding me right now? Gucci, you want to go so far below the belt that Latrice did all of this. She wants to ruin her own event by getting you in a fight with Selena to avoid what's going on in her life, as if we don't see what's going on in Latrice's life. We don't see. We see it clearly. Now, we see her trying to cover it up in the confessional, her and Clip, but we not stupid. But we're not talking about Latrice's marriage right now, Gucci. We're not talking about that. We're talking about you having a fight with Selena because you were mad. I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. Gucci, please spare me. Now you want to say Latrice don't feel bad about what happened and that you're hearing in the streets that Latrice is gloating that you got hit. And I'm like, did you forget that you cost Selena an extra? Did you forget that you came in on 10? I'm not doing this with Gucci. I'm not. Like, I got on you about how you want to be petty and childish for still being upset about that damn realtor thing. Like, and then the way you went about it last episode, you and Jason in the confessional, carrying on the narrative that Selena was an active mother, when that's stupid. Latrice can handle her own battle. She ain't got to have nobody come in as a backup, as a bodyguard, as nothing. Okay? I want Gucci to let go of this realtor thing. You did not have Latrice in a contract where she could not go to another realtor. She went to another realtor. Let it go. Is Latrice your main source of income? Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Oh my God. You need to admit, you and Selena have had tension for years. Okay? I don't know why you would expect for Latrice to protect you when you've been talking shit about Latrice ever since this realtor thing. Whenever you around Marie, you talk shit about Latrice. Now you're with Letitia, who Letitia is supposed to be a big sister to Latrice. You talking shit about her marriage. I can't. Oh, Jesus Christ. I know. Oof. She is slinging so much dirt to hide the part that she played. Is ridiculous to me. Now she wants to bring up the affair that Cliff had with Selena. What does that have to do with anything? This is such a deflection. What does that have to do with anything? That affair was so freaking long ago. Let it go. Why are you bringing it up? You really trying it. Now Letitia wants to talk about, I need to set up a peace treaty because we are a sisterhood. We are collective. It's us against everybody. And I'm like, girl, Letitia, you want to keep on talking about it's a sisterhood, but y'all have not acted like sisters. Y'all have not. Y'all have acted like enemies. Y'all have acted doing this. I'm really not. Let me go to Marie. Now that's over because I'm done with that. She goes over to Akeisha's house. They have been talking a lot lately. She's gotten very close. Akeisha has her cousin helping her out because Akeisha needs help with the kids. Willie is back in New York completing some work. Not only does she need help with the kids, she's sexually frustrated. She needs some dick. She needs her man. And she's been trusting her old faithful vibrator or trusting her own hands to get her through those long, lonely nights. And obviously she ain't ashamed about it, and I ain't mad at Akeisha either. She was so open, honest about how she is sexually frustrated with her man and cannot wait for him to come back home. Now she ain't doing a bunch of nothing but staying at home with the kids and trying to get this Fair Street project up and running. You know what I'm saying? She's waiting to hear back from proposal. They heard it back, but they need another 2 weeks to review it before giving it a final decision. Marie came by to give her some tea about Tambra because apparently a very good friend of Marie got reached out by a man who wanted to talk about Tambra. Apparently, since the same person that Letitia brought on from last season to expose Tambra Damon's relationship is the same friend that knows Marie. Because this was all about Tambra being in a relationship with another man, but was cheating on that man with Damon. Now she's only meeting with him because her good friend vouched for it. And since it's all about valuing friendships and relationships, she doesn't handle it. She can't handle it when people cross her. I am trying to understand, Marie, why are you so invested into this? Do you have a vendetta against Tambra? What did Tambra do to you? Am I aware of it? I'm not aware of it. Because you are putting way too much energy into Tambra's past life. Now, this is circulating from the fans who made comments about Damon and Tambra's relationship not being real, which we said. But why is that a care for you? So you're going to connect with the fans and connect with somebody who says he has receipts on Tambra, saying how you think you know the Tambra Cherie. I'm going to give you the real tea on Tambra Cherie. Akeisha never questioned Tambra's and Damon's relationship. When she asked Damon, is it serious? She believed him. In the confessional, she's like, I never questioned her relationship. I never questioned your engagement, but Letitia did. Letitia ends up bringing somebody on the show to question it, to air out your man. And now you got Marie, who's willing to sit down with somebody from your past to call you out to be a liar. And these are supposed to be your friends? And I'm the one that you don't want to trust? I'm not a friend to you? I have the same question, Akeisha. Because even in this moment that Marie is giving Akeisha all this tea, Akeisha is not biting. She's not bandwagoning. She's not giving her 2 cents in. She is explaining in her own way, in her opinion, that she does not think that Tamra Damon's relationship is fake. She believed it when she heard it. She never questioned anything because that was her friend at the time. Now that she's not in a good place with Tamra, she is still not going against her in this aspect, which I am very happy that Akeisha is sticking to her guns by not getting involved in this mess. I mean, the guy sent pictures. He obviously wants some attention. He wants some camera time because apparently when it came down to Belle Collective, he couldn't do the show because of a certain job field he was in, a certain industry that he was in. Well, I don't know how long you decided to ignore that because since you got upset, Damon was on the show. Now you want to reach out to the girls to get your tea on the show. Then what job are you in that you couldn't get on the show? Nothing is sounding sense to me. Because why are you holding on to this? How long has the relationship ended? How long was the relationship? Marie, you're doing the exact same thing you accused Latrice of. Latrice was fed information from somebody who wanted to expose you, and you're doing the same thing. You're now receiving information about someone who you call a friend, and you're willing to expose her. You're no different than Latrice. You can't get mad if somebody does it to you, and you're willing to do it to somebody else. Make that make sense. This is a storyline because what is Marie's storyline this season? What is it? She has placed all of her energy on Latrice and Tambra. What is going on in your life, ma'am? Are you opening up another clinic? What's going on with Jerez? Like, what's going on with that? Makes no sense. Latrice meet with Letitia. She hasn't spoken to her because Latrice has been figuring out her own thing. And as soon as they sit down, Letitia wanted to call out Selena. Did you tell Selena she was wrong? I don't like the fact that Letitia wanted to make sure Latrice wasn't being petty by not saying Selena was wrong because she's not in a good place with Gucci, but she did. She told Tambra. I told Selena she was wrong. I did. And she even reached out to Gucci, but Gucci did not reply because at the same point in time, while Selena was wrong, Gucci was wrong. But nobody wants to admit that Gucci was wrong, which is annoying the fuck out of me. And when she met with Gucci, Gucci heard about it on the streets, but I'm just like, girl, good night and goodbye. But when Gucci did not reply back to Latrice how she checked up on her, which is so funny to me that Gucci still has not reached out to Latrice. But Latrice felt like she didn't want to say nothing to me because she believes that I had something to do with it, but I didn't. Because it took to the point where Gucci wanted to send a screenshot to somebody about how Latrice messaged her, but she ended up resending it to Latrice. So I don't know what was your purpose of wanting to send the screenshot to somebody. Did you want to screenshot to somebody in case Latrice would have lied that she reached out to you? Or you wanted to be petty and be like, man, you see what this girl sent me? Now she cares about me when she knows she set this up. It's bullshit. It's straight bullshit. She was deeply concerned for Gucci. She was. But at the same point in time, Gucci is not a victim. Okay? And Gucci has been aware that Selena has been invited to all of her events. Like Latrice said, I invite Selena to all of my events, and I invite all the girls to my event. If you guys have been in other events where there wasn't a problem, why did this one have to happen? Because it was on camera? We could say it would have been a moment for Selena, but wasn't a moment for Gucci as well? If you guys did not have any issues at the baby shower, what it was on camera, and then you guys went to Latrice's birthday, but that was on camera, and you guys were cool, what is it about this particular event that had to go awry? So Latrice said, I didn't do nothing wrong. When Gucci becomes to her senses, she'll realize she's not a victim. She's a part of the problem. I said it before, which I agree. Now they're talking about accountability. We have to take accountability when it comes to inviting people to our event. Letitia, let me ask you this. Have you taken accountability of how many times you invited Marie to your event and she's shown her ass and have ruined your event? First season, she came in a Bo Peep outfit, wanting to attack Latrice in her business. Second season, she got mad at Latrice because Latrice was just sitting there minding her business. Marie wanted attention, walked out, let you follow her like you followed Marie and was arguing in the bathroom. Have you taken accountability for inviting Marie to your events? You inviting the past relationship or the past side chick, the past whatever of Damon. You wanted to invite her to expose Tambra. Did you take accountability for that, Letitia? I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Absolutely not. So you're not about to place accountability on Latrice when she ain't got to do shit. You telling her to be mindful about who to invite? She said, I don't have to be mindful for a motherfucking thing. Who I invite is who I invite. I don't have no control over grown women and how they react. That is not my problem. Not my problem whatsoever. If you knew you weren't going to say hi to nobody, you could have stayed your ass home or avoided seeing them. She don't feel bad about inviting Selena. I already said it before. She does invite Selena to all of her events. Gucci has to take responsibility for her actions. That's period. And that's the thing. I feel like nobody wants to say Gucci is a part of it. Nobody wants to admit to that for some odd reason. I don't know why. Why? My goodness. She said, I have not done anything bad to these women, but if I... So it's cool when they do it, but it's a bad thing when I do it. I ain't got time. So the peace treaty. We're going to have the peace treaty where everybody can come together because Letitia's keeping hope alive that we're going to have this sisterhood. I doubt. It's the peace treaty. Letitia have them going to a break room, but I don't know where Letitia thought she was going. Back to her empowerment, back to her enterprise sitting in the office. Because she wore this black blazer suit, but where are you going? It's a break room. Usually if you go to a break room, you wear something comfortable. Akeisha wore sneakers and comfortable pants because the last time she was not prepared for a fight, she was on the floor in a dress. So I'm comfortable. And, we're supposed to break things, let go of all this tension, resolve all these issues, and we sitting down. There's plastic glasses of champagne, not glass. Okay. So Gucci was attacked. That's what Letitia opens up with. No, she was not attacked. What is it? What is this? Why is Letitia hopping on the bandwagon that Gucci was attacked as if she didn't see the whole thing? I swear, each one of them are going to look so fucking stupid when it plays back at the reunion. They're going to look so fucking stupid. I don't know what they're not seeing. I said, okay, when Letitia opened up that we had an intruder come in and attack our sister. What? Are we behind enemy lines? We are in war? Why we're using war terms? An intruder came in. Don't you guys know this intruder? Don't all of y'all have a history of knowing Selena? So she's not an intruder. Stop that. She's not a victim. Don't know how many times I'm gonna keep repeating myself. Gucci is not a victim. Oh my God. She believes there's hope. I don't know why. Because then I don't know who she was calling out. Because the way that she wanted to address the problems, they're gonna have separate tables where the two people who have an issue will have a separate table because people tend to act out when they have an audience. I don't know who you calling out that people tend to change when they have an audience unless you're talking about yourself. I don't know. So Gucci and Latrice were left at the table by themselves. Akeisha and Letitia had a sidebar conversation. Marie and Tambra had a sidebar conversation, which was awkward. I think y'all should have addressed Gucci and Latrice's issues first, since that was the major blow up. Now, when it came down to Marie asking Tambra, she said, I don't believe that Tambra is going to be blindsided about the information. I think she was. Since you guys met with this man who has receipts on Tambra, did anybody decide to check in with Tambra and tell her what's been going on? Because if that's the case, she was definitely blindsided, Marie. Okay? Marie gets right into it. A man reached out to the collective to pretty much say y'all were engaged and that you're a compulsive liar. And a lot of things happened around 2018 and 2019. So Tambra is trying to bring up who she's talking about, saying that's not true. I walked away. She's defensive because she cannot believe this is being brought up right now. She wanted to stop Marie from talking because you're not getting all the information. But Marie thinks that everything that Tambra is saying is a cover-up. Like, I don't know why Marie ever thought that Tambra will be calm about this information because she didn't have an issue with Marie. None at all. But Marie wanted to make it an issue right now. Because she said, I'm trying to move on. So this is crazy for you to talk about. She has every right to look at Marie sideways. Marie said he bought a whole bunch of folders full of receipts, police records. A case was tossed out. She said, from him. From him. Tambra said he's a narcissist. He cannot come anywhere near my family. I have a court order against him. Marie was being very dismissive when Tambra said, I have a court order against him. She said, but it was thrown out, Tambra. It was thrown out. Marie was looking devilishly happy to tell Tambra, oh, please, that ain't nothing. It got tossed out. What's next? What else you got? What lie you have? You really believe this stranger who you don't know probably gave you fabricated receipts, not everything, versus someone who you actually know? Oh my God, I can't. She got very sad and very annoyed that Marie brought this up. This was years ago. With someone that she was in a relationship years ago. Like, why are you bringing this up? We're supposed to be a sisterhood, and I'm not feeling the sisterhood. I'm not feeling protected. Like, Marie, why are you so fixated about somebody not showing their life when you haven't shown any part of your life that we already know? She said it wasn't thrown out. I've been doing this for so long. He had a arrest record from 3 years ago. Okay, Marie's talking about he will pop up to your family events. Yeah, I've never invited him. He will pop up to events that I would never invite him to. It sounded like Tambra had a stalker. That after the relationship ended, she walked away. This man became obsessed with her. That's how it sounds like. So now Marie want to say, I'm just telling what the man told me. Like, all I'm doing is telling what the man told me. Oh, it sounded like you pretty much believed everything he said, though, Marie. When you wanted to throw it back in Tambra that this was tossed out, what's next? I don't care. This is what he said to me. Like, you believed everything he told you. Now, you want to be like, well, he just told me this. I don't know what you want from me. What the fuck? Marie, what is your personal vendetta against Tambra? You went out of your way to meet with a stranger to expose Tambra when you probably don't have all the facts. You're going off of what he said. Like, you literally could have put Tambra in a dangerous position by bringing up this man. She even told you, I cannot talk about him because I have a court order against him. Let me call my attorney. I'm not dealing with this. Now you want to say, that's not even necessary. We ain't got to do all that. Oh, it's very fucking necessary, Marie. You want to bring up somebody from her past that she obviously had a traumatizing relationship with, a traumatizing past with? Are you kidding me? No. Okay, let me calm down. I end up watching Akeisha's interview with Carlos, and she explained that this man reached out to everybody, all of the Bells. Everybody got a message about him wanting to expose Tambra. Akeisha did not fall for it because she ended up remembering who this man is. This man was a stalker. He did a lot to harm her and her family. So the fact that Akeisha has history with knowing who this guy is, she is looking at Marie sideways as to why would you meet up with him? This is the person that threatened Tambra. This is the person that harmed her. Why would you be so fixated to meet up with this man? You don't know this man? Like, why would you do all that? Why would you go to such lengths? Why would you care about this? So it's fucking crazy to me. Even Tambra went on Twitter and she talked about he had an arrest warrant. He was crazy. He was obsessed. She wrote about it in her book. And how this was not a protection in the sisterhood. This was hurtful. Very hurtful. And also, Akeisha mentioned that, Marie, you were a survivor of domestic violence. So why would you want to harm another woman who dealt the same thing? Why would you want to go that route to hurt her when you're a survivor of a certain situation? Yeah, that don't make no fucking sense to me, Marie. That's crazy. I don't know. I was already trying to give Marie a second chance, but she's already turning me off with the way she's always talking mess about the trees. And now she's putting her sights on Tambra, who did nothing to her. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't. Next episode is going to be a yelling match between Gucci and Latrice. And I'm just kind of like, y'all, I can't. I really can't. Where's the accountability? And then Marie even said she knew exactly how this peace tree was going to go. She knew how this conversation with Tam was going to go. Letitia, Marie set this up for you to not have a good peace treaty. This is another time where you need to accept accountability of who you bring around. Marie is someone you should not bring around because she always ruins shit. That's probably why she wore that dragon scale shirt. Because she's not to be fucking trusted. Y'all. Whew. But y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.